Hi everyone, my name's Miss Sarah. I'm a prevention educator here at SCAZA. For today's lesson, I'm going to go ahead and take my mask off because I am in my office by myself, okay? And I would like to talk to you for a few minutes about what we are going to be doing for the next 8 weeks, okay? So some of you might have seen me before in your schools, perhaps. I am going to be presenting you 8 lessons from our Too Good for Drugs program. Within these 8 lessons, we'll be discussing skills to help you make healthy choices to build a successful life. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin our first lesson. It's going to be about setting reachable goals. Okay, so think about that for a moment. What does it mean to have a goal, or what is a goal? So I want to introduce you to my friend. His name's Otto. His full name is Automatic. Okay, he's not human, so that's why I took off my mask, right? We don't need to have the mask on because he's not human, and I can't spread my germs to a robot, right? So he is automatic, right? That's probably why his name is called Automatic. So my question to you guys, are you automatic? So what does that mean? It means that Otto here, he doesn't learn, he doesn't think, he just does what he's programmed to do. Okay, so are you programmed? Are you automatic? Think about that for a minute. No, right? You are not automatic. Only Otto is. Only robots are programmed to do things. Okay, you make decisions, you learn, you think, you plan and dream. No one programs you to do things, okay? You do what you want to do, right? With the help of your parents and teachers. You are more wonderful than any machine. You are the ultimate dream machine, okay? Remember that. So think about this for a moment. Have you ever wanted to achieve something? Have you ever wanted to accomplish something? In other words, have you tried to work on a specific goal? Okay? Think about that for a moment. For example, maybe you wanted to do well on a test or make new friends. Or maybe try out for a new sport. Okay? I have this quote up here. It's really important. Make your dreams come true. We all have dreams, guys, okay? But if we don't put them into action, then they won't come true, right? We have to work towards them, okay? Your dreams can come true if you learn the steps to reaching a goal, work hard, and stick with it. That's super important. You got to stick with those steps, okay? It's easy to give up, but we can't, right? Because then we won't accomplish what we want to achieve. We won't accomplish those goals. So now that we've brainstormed a little bit about a goal, what is the definition of a goal? Okay, I kind of already given you hints here and there, so think about that. What is a goal? Right, something you want to achieve in the near future or later on in life, okay? There can be short-term goals and long-term goals. As you get older, we'll define those more in detail. So if you have your workbook, great. If not, that is okay. Just go ahead and follow along with us, okay? So we are going to go over the steps to reaching a goal, okay? That's what's in your workbook. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn to page 2 if you have it. Again, if not, that is okay. So all we have up here in your workbook, I know it's hard to see, is just the steps. So basically what I have on this PowerPoint, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go over all the steps, okay? So the first step is name it, okay? We're going to identify what you want to achieve. The second step, we're going to picture yourself reaching it. Picture what reaching your goal looks like, okay? So we'll go over some examples after we go through this, okay? So saying I can is the third step. Tell yourself you can do it. Have confidence that you believe in yourself, that you can accomplish this goal. Step 4, think how to do it. Think of what actions you need to take to reach your goal. Okay, so what are those steps? Kind of like a to-do list. So we'll do this, and then we'll do that, and then we'll do this. And then that will help us reach our goal. Okay? Now that you have all of those steps complete, you're going to go for it for step 5. So you're going to put everything into action. Okay? And then the 6th step is where you celebrate your success. All right? So I know that was a little fast, but now let's go to the next section on page 2. It's called I've Got This. Okay, actually before we go to the next section, which is called I've Got This, let's take a step back. So now that we know the 6 steps, let's create a goal as a SCASA class, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to name it, okay? And then we are going to picture it. Then we're going to say that we can do whatever that goal is, okay? And then we're going to move on to the 4th step and 5th step, and then eventually we will reach the 6th step, okay? So this could be a goal for us, okay? Let's make it simple. So remember how I said I will be teaching you 8 lessons for 8 weeks, okay? Let's have that be our goal, okay? So we will learn 8 lessons with Miss Sarah for 8 weeks. Okay, that's very specific. Okay, so now let's close our eyes and picture us reaching our goal. So in 8 weeks, about 2 months from now, we'll be done with our SCASA lessons. So close your eyes and envision being done with all of the 8 lessons. Okay, so that is step 2 that we just completed. Okay. Now, what we are going to do is say that we can, right? So we named it, we will learn these 8 lessons within 8 weeks. Then we pictured it. Now we're going to say that we can. So we're going to have the confidence, okay? So what I would like you guys to do for this step, I would like you to quietly and carefully stand up and push your chairs in, okay? And just stand up behind your desk and say to yourself quietly that we can complete these 8 lessons within 8 weeks with Miss Sarah, okay? And I want you to feel confident. So that's why I'm asking you guys to stand up, because when we stand up and have good posture, our heads are up high, okay? We're not facing down. We feel more confident, right? We believe in ourselves. So now that we completed step 3, go ahead and have a seat. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to step 4. We're going to think how to do it. Okay, so let's verbally just make a list of everything we want to do in order to reach our goal. Okay, so our list should entail the 8 lessons, right? So we're going to have 8 lessons, and we're going to complete them once a week. In order to do this, the main part that we have to do is attend these lessons, right? So that's important that we're present, that we're not absent for these lessons, okay? And if you are, they're recorded, right? So if you happen to, miss one with your class, then you can go ahead and re-watch it because they're recorded for this year. Okay, so now that we have thought about what we need to do, we need to be present, right? We need to watch one lesson a a week for 8 weeks, and then we'll be able to complete our lessons, or we'll be able to complete our goal rather, right? Because once we complete the lessons, we achieve our goal. So now that we have the plan, we're going to continue to put it in action. Today we've already started, right? We've already started working towards that goal because we're halfway through this first lesson. So each week, for 8 weeks, we're going to go for our goal, right? We're going to make sure we're attending these lessons and learning the information that I'm presenting to you. So we're not going to do the 6th step today, right? Because we haven't reached our goal. So once we do, at the end of 8 weeks, our last step is celebrate. So maybe we will listen to music and kind of, dance around and celebrate that we reached our goal of accomplishing the 8 lessons within 8 weeks. So that is our goal for a SCASA class. Now, going back to what I said before, let's go ahead and look at our workbook if you have it. If not, just make sure you're listening and follow along with the PowerPoint. We are in the next section called I've Got This. Okay, so if you have the workbook, that's fine. You can follow along with that, or you can follow along with the pictures too. So the workbook has the sentences, but I put up pictures to relate to the sentences. So the object of this part of the workbook is to go through each of these and read each goal and either place a check mark or circle the ones that can be reached within 1 week. Okay, I discussed this earlier about short-term and long-term goals. Short-term can be achieved quickly, so within a few hours, a few days, or maybe in a few weeks, maybe even a month or two. Long-term goals take months or years to achieve. Okay, we're not going to really talk too much about short-term and long-term, but for this activity in our workbook, that's what it's asking you. So we're going to go through each and circle or check mark the goals that can be reached within 1 week. Okay, so that's a short-term goal. Okay, so we'll do them together. The first one says, I will turn my homework in on time this week. So think about that. Can you reach this goal within a week? Yes, you can. So we're going to go ahead and circle that or check mark that. That's the first sentence under I've Got This. Okay, so right, we'll be able to achieve that if we focus and have a little help managing your time. Okay, you can reach that goal. So now let's go to the second one. So this says, I will graduate from high school. Does it take a week to graduate high school? No, it takes many years to accomplish this goal. So we're not going to circle that one. We're not going to check mark that one either, because it's not a short-term goal. So let's look at number 3. Okay, it says, I will straighten up my room before I'm told to. Can you accomplish this goal in 1 week? Can you clean your room within 1 week? Yes, you can. With determination, you can do it. So let's go. Okay, so the fourth one says, I will be a doctor. Okay, can you achieve this goal within 1 week? No, it takes many years of studying to accomplish this goal. So let's look at the last one. The last one says, I will introduce myself to the new student. Is this something that you can accomplish within 1 week? Yes, it is. Right? If you have a little confidence and a smile on your face, you can introduce yourself to the new student before the week is over. So we're going to go ahead and circle that, or check mark it if you have the workbook. So these are all goals that we can accomplish within 1 week, the ones that we circled or check marked, right? So those are short-term goals. So now that you know the steps to achieving a goal, and you know the difference between short-term and long-term, let's go ahead and create your own goal. Try not to make your goal so easy that you won't have to work at it, but don't make it so hard that you can't achieve it either. So go ahead and take out a blank sheet of paper. Or again, if you have your workbook, this is at the bottom of page 2. Go ahead and write this sentence. Within 1 week, I will leave a blank space and then period. Okay, you're going to finish the sentence. So what we're practicing right now is naming our goal. So think to yourselves, what is something you would like to accomplish within this week? Within 1 week. Maybe that's cleaning your room at home. Maybe that's a project that you've been working on for school. Maybe it's some of your chores that need to be done. Or maybe you're planning a birthday party. Maybe you want to have that all completed by the end of next week. So those are just some ideas of goals that can be completed within 1 week. So once you've named your goal, go ahead and sit back and picture yourself reaching it. Then remember, the third step is saying I can. So go ahead and say that to yourselves quietly, that you can achieve this goal. Have that confidence. Believe in yourself. Then the fourth step is thinking how to do it. So remember, this is where you create that to-do list. So if it was cleaning your room by the end of next week, what are those steps that you need to take in order to clean your room? Maybe spend 20 minutes a day cleaning your room. Maybe you're going to need cleaning supplies. Okay, think about what you need in order to achieve it. So after today's class, I want you to put it into action, right? I want you to go to the fifth step and go for it. Okay, and then hopefully by the end of next week, you will complete this goal. And then we can celebrate with your families or your friends or perhaps your class or teacher. Okay, so now that we have the opportunity to create our own goal, I want to move on to our next activity on page 3 in your workbook. Again, if you don't have your workbook, that is okay. I have the information on the PowerPoint, so just go ahead and follow along with me, okay? So it can be challenging to think of things you'll need to do in order to reach your goal. So the next section in our workbook is going to help us think it through, okay? Alright, so let's go ahead and go over these two different goals. We have Staceys Goal and Randalls Goal, okay? Staceys Goal is already done for us, but let's look at it so we have a better idea of how to do the next one, okay? So it's going to help us realize what steps we need to do first in order to achieve our goal. So Staceys Goal is to read for 30 minutes when she gets home from school. The actions she will take to reach her goal are, the first one here is all the way at the bottom. She's going to go to the library and choose a book to read. Right? First she needs to find a book that she wants to read. Then go back up top here. When she gets home from school, she will find a quiet spot to read and set a timer for 30 minutes. That's step 2. The third step, now that she found a book, now that she found a quiet space to read, she's going to begin reading, right? So that's the order of the steps. Now, let's look at Randalls Goal. Okay, these are not in order, okay? We're going to put them in order after we read his goal. Randalls' goal is to donate toys he doesn't use anymore to the Children's Hospital. The actions he will take to reach his goal are, okay, let's just read them all and then we're going to put them in order. So, gather all my toys, books, and games in one area to figure out which ones I want to keep and which ones I want to donate. The next one here says, place the toys I am donating in the box. Okay. Then the third one says, ask an adult in my family to take me to the Children's Hospital. So now, think about this. What is the first step? Right. First, Randall has to gather all of his toys, books, and games before he donates them. What's the second step? Right. The last one there. Ask an adult in his family to take him to the hospital. Right? He needs somebody to bring him there. Now the last step is to place the toys that he's donating in the box. Okay, so that's the order of Randall's steps to reach his goal. So now, what I want you guys to do, now that you have a better understanding of the steps that you need and how they need to be in order to achieve your goal, I want you to take a minute and think about the goal you wrote on your previous page. I want you now to write 3 things you'll need to do to achieve that goal. So again, for example, if you said that you wanted to have a goal regarding cleaning your room, I will have my room cleaned within a week. That's your goal. That's the name of your goal. Then you picture having a clean room. Okay? Then you say, I can clean my room within 1 week. You have that confidence that you can do it. Now, here's the part where we think it through. We think how to do it. So that's what I'm asking you guys to do. If that's your example, how are you going to clean your room within 1 week? What do you need to do? Do you need to spend 20 minutes a day cleaning it? Maybe 10 minutes, depending on how messy it is? Do you need cleaning supplies? Do you need to use the vacuum, perhaps? Okay, so that's what I want you to do now. On that same page where you wrote your goal, right below your goal, I want you to write 3 things you'll need in order to achieve it. Okay, so at the beginning of our next lesson, we will check in to see how you are doing and if you were able to reach your goal. Awesome job today, class. I now hope that you have a better understanding of how to achieve a goal. Okay, we know what a goal is, right? Something we want to achieve in the future. Okay, so now that you have the 6 steps, hopefully we can put those steps into action towards our goals, right? So now what I want you to do is hear a message from Otto. Okay, so I think what Otto was trying to say is that we have an email up here. Okay, if you have any questions, comments, or you want to share something with Otto and myself, go ahead and have your teacher or your guardian or a trusted adult email us at scazaprevention@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a great day.